So hello Pi Pico Python fans, back with the PicoExplorer and triangles today. The last video I did in this little series, I'd got a triangle working by porting some Java code that I found online, and it was able to build a flat bottom triangle such as you see here, which should be purple but doesn't look very purple on the camera anyway. So let's go back to the code that I was using. And actually I've added all of the extra bits from the Java code now. We've got part of the triangle which sorts its vertices. Now we need to do that so that if we've got to split the triangle into two later on, we need to get them working in the right order. I think it's from Y going down, so each Y value starts at the top and has to come down, because obviously a triangle you can give the vertices in any order that you want normally and it would still draw it, but not this algorithm. I've also added the top flat triangle. So the one you can see on the moment is a bottom flat triangle. So let's just check that the top flat works. So I'll copy this to a new line and let's change this to top flat. Now I'm not going to go through how I coded this or how I ported this because it's really similar. It works through the algorithm in a different direction really, with different starting values. So fill top flat triangle, we've got to get a flat line. So I'm going to take the first 2 points from this one, 0, 110 and 110 0. That's the bottom, that bottom line there. I think I'm just going to increase it a little bit so that we can see a difference. So let's set that to 120 and 120 so we can check that there's a gap between it and we can see. And then I need the final point. Let's grab that and let's set that to 240. I know I've made, as usual, the obvious error in here, in that I've set this to 240 and I'm starting at 0. Does that mean there's 240 or 241 pixels? Maybe I should be starting at 1 and not 0, 0. Anyway, it works either way. We're not after pixel perfection. Well, I'm not. You might be. Let's try that. So hopefully we've got that right. No, I think I don't have that right. Maybe do 240 that side and have the X as 110, which should be a point somewhere in the middle of the bottom of the screen there. So let's try that, if it will run. Yeah, and there we go. So we can obviously see there that there's these two triangles. We've got one with a flat bottom and one with a flat top. So that's 2 bits of the algorithms working. But I've also now done a general fill triangle routine, ported that across from the original code. One thing that I had to do though, I was creating a new point here, and I was using that value there in where new X is, and that simpler one there. It didn't like that for some reason, so I've just put those into 2 new X and Y values there and put those in, and then it works. So let's go through this. What it does first, when you call itself, it works out whether it's a flat bottom triangle anyway, and if it is, just draws that. Otherwise, it then says, so is it a flat top triangle? And if it is, it just draws that with the routine that we've just seen. And if not, it creates an extra point which is halfway down the line, so it actually splits the triangle up into 2 triangles, and that's what this calculation here does. Not something I could have worked out, but I've just took that from the original Java code again. So let's try and get this to work. In the last test I did just this test triangle here. If I put those directly into this, I don't think it would work because it's not a flat bottom or flat top triangle. But first of all, let's clear the screen again. I'll leave my existing code on there. So let's do that clear screen and now do T for triangle. And what was the routine called? It was called fill try. Fill try. And you probably noticed that I've got this print T out at the bottom, and that's that 0, 60, 110, 120, 200. So I think I should just do fill try now and it should work. I update the screen after drawing that, then we're going to clear it. Just leaving that code in there now for demo. I'll probably post this code together so you can play about with it. So set it back to black, cleared it, set it to purple again, issued the fill try, and don't forget to update the screen. So let's try and run that. Okay, so there is that bizarre triangle. This one happens to have a flat side on this side, but that doesn't matter. So actually it's drawn two triangles there, we just can't see it. It's drawn one, the top one and the bottom one, but that definitely proves it's working. And maybe that top point I want to move over a little bit. So the first one is 0, 60. Let's set that to 30, 60. Okay, there you go, and it's drawn that extra triangle. So now I've got my filled triangle routine. I can just define a triangle and just do fill try to draw it. Now let's maybe add that triangle with some other primitives in another video.